Glue. Again, it's a matchup that's just very hard to play, that gives Rebellion Zion so much to play with. And now, we're seeing that same kind of strat. They're picking the Irithel into a carry. You need a bully to stop the carry from being a menace, and it is not showing here. Geek Slate with the Kaja first pick once again. They banned the Claude out, and it's the exact same picks for the side of Aura Fire. Even after that loss, they want to double down, and this is again something that we saw yesterday. It's the exact same, and you know, for Geek, there's no reason for them to change. They got a good game already in the first game. Yeah, there's no changes at all for Geek Slate. Aura Fire are the ones who need to change something at least. If they pick up the Yuzong, okay,
there you go. Finally.
Ooh. There's got to be a Moskov pick by Aura Fire. We know that Kabuki is no stranger to these aggressive plays, but on that note, Beloyski also no stranger to aggression. He is the first team winner, best roamer from MPL ID Season 10. So I think that, I think that he will definitely try and shut down that gold lane for sure. This needs to be one of the win conditions that Geek fan can explore.
Yeah, definitely. And right now, second phase of the ban. Ling is already banned. For Aura Fire, they need a possibly maybe an XP laner or jungler. Depends on where this Fred is gonna go. And of course, there's no roamer just yet. Targeting towards a jungler ban to Geek Slate.
Well, having Janna Cutie on a jungler, on an assassin jungler, is definitely not something they want to deal with. And now with the Lunox being banned away, I think Geek Slate might be predicting something crazy from Aura Fire. But after seeing the Fanny, they ban away the Hayabusa and the Ling. But that means that the Fanny itself is still gonna be available. But maybe Aura really feels like with the right heroes, to try and counter that mobility, they can find a solution. But I think it's a very risky approach for sure.
Love it, man. Like, Janna Cutie is getting the Kyrie treatment here. Kyrie treatment M4, Ling and Hayabusa already picked off. Fanny is still available, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Not banned away just yet.
Maybe, just maybe, Kabuki wants to play this Fanny and...
Ooh, Kabuki on the Fanny? Well, that is an approach that we haven't seen in a long time. And usually, if Kabuki goes for the Fanny, that also means that high will be stuck in that gold lane. And against Chidera, we have seen that this man can make the plays happen. So that's a dangerous proposition. But it's so crazy, it might just work for Aura.
Yeah, but the thing though, like when you transition towards gold lane, like your whole mindset changes. Like you have to play another type of heroes. Very different than your usual junglers, which I don't think it's gonna work in pro scene for a long term. And so far, I really don't see Kabuki. We haven't seen Kabuki on Fanny for a while, right?
For a long time. That's why people are questioning if that's still even a possibility. But if they want to surprise us, this should be the time. Because Aura High also plays a main Moskov. It's all set up perfectly. They might keep it for the final pick though, just to confuse Geek Slate even more. The Kufra will be picked yet again. I guess just in case Geek Fan picks it up. But we saw Godiva on the Kufra. He was unable to be a decisive factor to stop the movement of the Fanny from Janna Cutie on the side of Geek Slate.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if you pick Fanny here for both of the teams, there is some drawback. You have the Kaja, you have the Moskov, and a bit of a CC from Kufra too. It's very risky for Geek Slate to risk for the Fanny pick. What other assassins available for Janna Cutie here? I'm bracing for assassins. I don't want to see a utility jungler.
Pakito?
Or Janna Cutie?
It's a Karina and a
It is a
Canary.
utility jungler.
You know, that's really interesting. The Karina, I can understand, right? Up against a Moskov, you can basically stay immune to a lot of the basic attack damage coming from the Moskov, but the carry pick. Now, this is you're counter-picking yourself is basically what you're doing if you're Geek Slate. But I think in this matchup, 1v1s, that's how Moskov actually gets a dub up against the carry. Thing is, I don't really think it's going to be a 1v1 considering the mid lane pressure that Geek Slate already have. This is the same mid duo that we're going to be seeing from both of the teams. Aura Fire, Valentina, and Kufra are not going to be able to clear as fast as the Farsa Kaja combo that we saw literally in the last game. What I do like is the Masha pick now. A little bit of a difference here. They are adding more backline threat, single target backline threat, let's just say that.
Another thing that I like about Masha pick here, on the lane against a glue, like it doesn't really, of course it's gonna lose, it's a glue. Like, at the end of the day, Glue is the stronger laner, but Masha can withstand a lot of damage with his with her 3 HP bars, Rashi.
It's gonna be a slugfest in the EXP lane for sure. Both had a lot of sustain, a lot of 1v1s, and I think in the later stage of the game though, a lot more burst damage and a lot more global pressure from that Masha, because it's just that much more secure, that much tankier to pick off, and that is something that can be abused completely from the side of Aura Fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready. The portal has opened up for us to enter the Land of Dawn for the second game of the match. Geek Slate versus Aura Fire. Janna QT on the orange buff, pathing towards the XP lane. Meanwhile, Hai will start also on his orange buff, pathing towards the gold lane. So both teams are trying to play with their winning lanes.
Watch out for Luke though. He already has top lane cleared up, and Fluffy is just getting bullied all over the place. And it's a plus in rotation for Geek Slate. They want to contest this Lethal Wonder maybe if Luke rotates towards the bot side.
It seems to be a favorite strategy of Geek Slate. Make the plays on the opposite side of the map and leave Chadera to his own devices. But now against a Moskov with an Inspire, that might be too dangerous. But look at Janna!
Very aggressive, gonna be knocked up in a revenge, but it is still Janna, I believe, who takes the purple. No, it's Beloy who takes it. First blood over to Aura Fire as Beloy is gonna be taken quite low. Godiva with the regen, Beloy with a step back in. Again, they're going for it, but it's all a bait because Luke is here! And Facehugger is so low, flickering forward. Beloy gets revenge. 1-1. I would still say that Aura Fire gets out with the better trade. It was the jungler taken down, but Hai didn't get both buffs, so I don't know.
This is definitely the advantage when you have a Glue on your team. You have a faster clearing lane possibility, and you have a winning lane too. So all you have to do is just rotate, get some kills on the other side of the map, and it just shows that Luke is really, really capable on this hero.
That's why there's so much responsibility on the EXP laners for Geek Slate. Every single time, if they want to leave Chidera alone to his own devices, they need an EXP laner that can draw away all the attention, the Masha, the Kufra, the Valentina to the top side of the map. And now with a turtle here, it seems like Geek Slate is once again trying to find something, but the Masha is way too tanky.
Luke with the slam pass onto Godiva, getting the mobility, but Fluffy jumps in also onto Janna. Beloy has the Divine Judgment. Fluffy losing 2 HP bars will mean that he has to use that sprint to disengage. Facehugger has stolen the Divine Judgment away. Who will he use it on? Janna secures the turtle. That's the Divine Judgment onto Godiva, who's going to be taken down here by the Feather Airstrike as the Spear of Destruction connects, but it's a bit too late to help Aura Fire. It's still Geek Slate with the turtle control.
Sorry, my bro, Godiva. That really ain't it. As we can see, Talent's prediction again. Oh, not really.
We have one of them converted, boys.
We have converted one from the Indonesian desk. Nevin is on our side right now. So it's a 4-2 for the side of Geek Slate. And of course, the stats really back that up. But if Aura proves us wrong, that is definitely a welcome surprise. Although so far, even though they have been engaging a lot, they still can't really match up to the AoE, to the CC that Geek Slate has in their arsenal. So they have to try and approach things a bit differently. Maybe engage on the engage tool, but Beloyski way too clean with the maneuvers.
Yeah, definitely. Beloyski has been playing this hero really, really well throughout the games. There's not much catch towards Beloyski, especially with the Tyrant's Revenge going in towards Beloyski, and he opened the map quite safely. Look at Luke though. Where's Luke going? What is he cooking?
He's just, let him cook, bro. Just let him cook. It's glue being glue. Or I guess we can call him Gluke here with the split now.
Whoa.
Oh, he gets pulled back, but the split is there. Gluke is here to come and play. He brings Hai to the Feathered Airstrike as Beloy still holding on to Divine Judgment. Luke wants to go for this with the help of Beloy. It's just whipping him slowly but surely. But now the Divine Judgment finally comes through. It's a bit too late. Luke flickers out of the taunt. Gluke is massive. He goes back into the slam. Fluffy might be here to finally finish the job, and they do it. Unfortunately, the kill goes to the hands of Godiva. Definitely not what they had in mind.
Gotta say though, Beloyski has been holding that Divine Judgment for way too long. That's a bad calculation from him, but of course, the trade end up being kind of equal, but it could have been better for Beloyski if he played that fight much more cleanly.
Keep in mind though, while that was happening, Geek Slate Kadera was pushing on the bottom side and Kabuki was actually taken out. So once again, Chidera is left to his own devices to farm up a Storm. And honestly, that play, the flicker from Luke was so good because it gave him more sustain by picking up the slam, the mucus from the slam, I guess, if you want to call it, for lack of a better term.
Just call it a glue.
The glue
from glue.
On the ground. So it just allowed to sustain for that much longer. And so Luke is just so aggressive, but Beloyski matches that as well.
Flicker Divine Judgment, the Terror's Rage connects, but only onto the frontliner. Chidera is able to melt him down. Gluck again brings Face Hugger back. Now for their airstrike comes in. High is getting melted down. Kabuki jumps in as well. And now he's going to be stunned under the turret against everyone. Gluck! You can't keep getting away with this.
No, man, like, what can you do with it? What can you do with it? It's a glue.
It should be illegal. It's so tanky, it's so obnoxious. He's not even down to half HP. Gluck is absolutely out of control right now, and Aura are completely overwhelmed. Fluffy comes in to join the fight, and they go jump onto a boy, but he gets out.
Uh-oh, Jana in the midst of it all, but guess what? He's a frontliner. He's happy to do so. Goldiva locked down by Gluck. Oh no! Gluck! No, he's a monster! Get him out of here!
Oh, man. I feel like Aura Fire is just handing out kills at this point. Like, I feel like they need to realize how much potential this glue has and just respect it. There's been a lot of moments where it definitely the right call to make, like Godiva just trying to cover, but it ended up just backfired. But glue, man, I think you need to ban this skill out for a loot.
Yeah.
You have to ban it or itemize against it. Not a single dominance ice, not a single healing reduction item on the side of Aura Fire, and it's definitely something that Gluck is taking full advantage of. He has a dominance ice and a molten core right here, so he's doing a lot of damage, and he's also reducing any kind of healing, any kind of shielding from the side of Aura Fire as well. So it's a double benefit for Geek Slate to just win in the front to back.
Who let Gluck cook? Oh my god! Gluck!
Let him
get
cook!
with the immobilized on the 3! Under the tier 2! He is 1v3! And he's able to zone Aura Fire away! Oh my god! Luke is having a game of his life. It started off as a meme. We were just joking, but now he's actually cooking.
Is this the end of the game? Can we just skip to the end of the game so far?
6.3k gold lead. It's very hard for Aura Fire to come back, but it is possible. It is still possible. Kabuki has the chance to actually sustain back up in every single team fight if Luke pops the split. Thing is, now the question is damage, right? Do they have enough damage? Beloy jumps in, is going to be punished, but it's always a trade happening on the map. It's a tier 2 up top taken, and oh my god, it's still Turtle. Yeah. The game's just been going crazy fast.
It's only 7 minutes and a boy now has the lightning truncheon, so the pickup gameplay is still gonna be there. And now Gluck is back to terrorize the members of Aura. They're losing all control in this game. They need to stabilize and try and get a proper team fight. They cannot let Gluck just jump on top of 4 members because that is exactly what Geek Slate needs to get a very decisive team fight result.
Okay, from now on, it's Gluck. It's Gluck. Okay? The English desk, we called him Gluck. And it sticks. The name sticks.
Wow, pun fully intended. Chidera, though, has only just finished the Demon Hunter Sword, so the whole time, the high amount of damage he's doing is done without the Demon Hunter Sword. So it's only gonna get more and more painful for Aura. They're trying to trade and find resources on the other side of the map. Finally, they take Gluck out, but at what cost?
Oh no,
it took so much time and effort, and Geek Slate has taken the Lord for free.
I think that's the best possible scenario for side of Aura Fire. Like,
yeah, they can take what they. Yeah, that's the only thing they could get. It's unfortunate. But the thing is, other than that, what are they supposed to do? Okay, there's a turret, there's some punishment, there's a. They are able to capitalize on some things, but what else?
I actually don't know. Like that's actually the best possible option there. Just stopping the glue from just dominating your team, shutting him down, and give him. Oh, Beloyski going into by judgment. Facehacker still gets away, but Godiva might be in trouble here. A lot of damage being put on him.
Wow, that is just Geek with full aggression. The gold lead has lowered down because Aura Fire were able to take out several turrets, but now Geek is back with a vengeance. They're back with the empowered waves, and they're gonna push 3 waves at the same time. The turret's passive should still be available at this point in time. but Aura Fire, they're still at their wits' end trying to deal with Geek Slate, and here comes the Feather Airstrike.
Luke again in the midst with the split. Gonna be stunned up there, pinned down, and will be taken out. That's what I mentioned. Kabuki is gonna be massive here in the later stages of the game. As Kabuki is able to find another. A boy in that range needs to back off. Kabuki gets a double, and it will ensure that Aura will still be able to play around their own base. But remember, that was only the first Lord. They're able to take every single tier 2, and like I said, this Karina, it's so good up against the Moskov because of the immunity with the first skill.
Like earlier, you said Janna just flexed that, just taunting, you know, stutter stepping, just showing that, hey man, you cannot basic attack me. I'm blocking everything. And if you guys don't want to be blocked, check out the tickets at Bleep Bleep before you just lose entry to the venue right here, because the atmosphere is absolutely insane. And speaking of blocking, Chidera now has the Wind of Nature as well. So that is gonna be a solution to deal with Kabuki and Fluffy, I guess, if they are gonna try and dive towards him. So more and more solutions before Aura has even came up with a solution.
Yeah, but don't forget, the Jujutsu Kaisen and Mobile Legends collab is here, but Mirko, something's going on.
Oh, that's a cancel. Good cancel by High. Also, Godiva jumping in for the Titan's Revenge and the Rage, but High is going to be pinned down, stunned up. Appraiser's Wrath not ready just yet, as Luke is still in the midst, getting pulled and finally punished again. Okay, the glue counter has dropped, all right? Finally, we're seeing him. He's human. He's human.
Definitely, Kabuki stopped Gluck to cook. Kabuki has been the main guy so far for Aura Fire in this comeback. 13-8, 6k gold lead, definitely not looking good just yet, but you can see there's been a lot of turnarounds. There's been a lot of team fights where Kabuki just getting all the kills for Aura Fire. This is the start that they've been looking for.
Well, keep in mind though, that's great. Any kind of trade that Aura Fire can get right now is going to be massively beneficial in setting up for that comeback. But if Kabuki is the only player who has anything in resources, Geek Slate has an easy solution. They have a boy to shut him down. So Aura Fire needs to diversify their assets a bit.
Oh, fine judgment. Fluffy brought back, but it's only the frontliner.
Oh.
Never mind. Nope, it's not a frontliner in the face of a carry and a Farsa. Fluffy's down. He used the sprint as well. That's a massive resource, and Geek Slate will be able to just pressure for the Lord. Yep, that's what I was thinking. I think they are just going to reset it again, waiting for the enhanced version of it that is going to be spawning in 4 seconds here.
I think they have an opportunity to actually contest here because Kabuki has been huge so far. As long as you, of course, Voloski doesn't really have the Divine Judgment just yet. And we gotta realize that that's the only, probably the only thing that you really needs to watch out for. But no, there's not gonna be any retaliation beside of Aura Fire. It's gonna be a free load presented to you by Samsung Galaxy S series.
It's just way too dangerous without any vision. Even with vision, Beloyski has been able to secure a very impactful Divine Judgment. So now, Aura Fire, without any pressure, without any vision, will not take that kind of risk. And here we take a look at some stats here, the hero stats for Janna Cutie on the Karina, 100% win rate. And if you look at the items, it's going to be a tank Karina. So it's just a lot more issues for the backline in particular. And considering that Aura Fire does not have anti-tank solutions here, it's just so tough because Kabuki will have to deal with Janna first and then the rest of Geek Slate after.
I think Dominant Ice is a pretty good solution here for Janna Cutie. You sure, he's not really the main like tank that you're supposed to support all your teammates. You're supposed to debuff all of your opponents, but at the end of the day, you're gonna attack the Moskov. So I think that might be a good solution, but still play.
We're looking for a play. Beloy finds High, and he's deleted just like that. Godiva jumps in, but will just be caught in the fadeaway as that's Janna who jumps back in. Janna will lose his life, pinned to the wall, but it's just 1 for 2. Up top, the Enhanced Lord marching down will be able to take the base turret down as Geek Slate are looking to end this game. Luke's still in the midst right there. It's Kabuki dashes forward, punished almost instantaneously. That's the shutdown for Chidera as the Feather Airstrike comes down onto Facehugger, who's forced to flicker out defensively. He's gonna fall, and so does the base. Geek Slate 2-0.